What's up, YouTube? This is demonetization here, and on this edition of Anime Reactions, we're gonna go ahead and react to the fourth episode of Shinchou Yuusha Kono Yuusha Gaore Tue Kusei no Shinchou Suguru. So, last time, it was a really funny. First, I have to pay respects to Cerseus, though. Yeah, Seiya is a savage, like next level savage, and like he beats this guy to a pulp. And nice note that god was actually originally someone who was also transported from another reincarnated in another world. And say and Seiya just beat this poor guy to a pulp, and it does kind of show that maybe the gods that are here are also originally may also have at one point been originally humans reincarnated from another world, but they realize they have to keep a stronghold on this, and maybe something happened to them that where they didn't change in terms of their age, or like they weren't able to age or something. Maybe I'm thinking much into it, but say it also gets presented like the whole thing with the church. He literally just burns down the church just to kill to make sure that one undead was killed. And the way he conducted it, it was hilarious. And it was on call for the way, and the fact he calls out his would be sort of guy, his a partner, just like don't need them. He's like, no. Now the ending was just weird. The ending theme was just weird with the whole 3D dancing 3D dancing restart day. I'm not so sure. I hope they don't show it again. It's just a surprise. I would at least I would at least just show it for once, but because I don't think we would need that sort of that sort of outro for us. It just felt janky. I hope they don't go against that. I'm actually crossing my fingers though. Like, it wasn't necessarily bad, but I feel like it's just gonna ruin my whole impression of the show if I keep watching that part. But then again, I've seen worse, CGs. Has anyone watched? If anyone has watched, there's been a couple, but I don't even. But that they're so good that the shows are good, but the ending looks trash because of the 3D animation. Though there are those kind of shows, unfortunately. But for now, I'm just hoping it doesn't go to that resort to that. But who knows? I mean, I just hope they just stick with the credits part. In all honesty, that they had originally, but no guarantees on that one. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. So go ahead and pull this up. I'm still on a timer base, so not gonna be showing a half screen. So please stop complaining about this whole, oh, this is showing like why did you even go? Why did you just wait screen? You're supposed to show like, bro, do you realize how do you obviously, like, to those who don't even acknowledge it, you obviously don't know the issue with YouTube right now with copyrights. And the thing is that we're not just going to continue to you guys just wanting to see the whole fully displayed video to endanger our channel, our content, because it's already fucked up my channel because it advocated that. And maybe indirectly, but the point is YouTube is just sucks with their whole shit with copyrights. And before I go rambling, I'll just go ahead and pull this up. So it's gonna be episode 4. Yes, it's gonna be time based. I'm gonna start from the beginning, regardless of this whole fucking Kakawa thing, whatever, Kakawa, the Funimation, whatever it may be. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll with it. All right. All right. So let's begin. Start episode 4. Shinchou Yuusha, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. boy. We don't need another mash. There was in Fate Grand Order. Try to talk about this. Well, that's worse news. Yep. Oh God, has not forsaken us. Is it even an upgrade to that infernal attack? Oh wow. No, these guys are gonna get themselves in trouble because they want to prove themselves. Well, specifically that boy right there. So mad. I doubt everything. Like, so don't need nothing. Oh well, he's able to float like with flash steps. And I thought Kobe Bryant was a ball hauler, a ball hogger, man. Oh boy, watch it does not work. Ooh. Extra fancy wings. The voice acting really sells it. I like to just cut away and then like end result. Sorry, my ear's kind of itching right there. This is not a shoujo manga, please. Ah. No, 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 no. Oh man. Ow, damn. Oh man. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, but oh gee, typical. So this is what happened. So this is what happened when Goblin Slayer just went on a rampage. Then the Goblin just wants revenge. Not with him around. Oh dear. AoE attack? AoE attack. Oh Jesus, man! Yo, what the hell? I'm pretty sure you're just melting more than just a little goblin army. There's just no elegance with the expulsions, just savagery. Jeez, it's like the extinction of the dinosaurs here. That's not happening. Okay. Yeah, there is a drawback to it. Never mind. But yeah, like, that's me with MP. I'm just like, I would already be concerned. Like, I used to be so concerned when it starts dropping like that much. I'm just like, if this gets drawn out, will I still have Pete Stum left? Mash got himself in trouble. I'm pretty sure he 100% got himself in trouble. No, he 100% got himself in trouble. I am 100% sure about that. So in trouble. So in trouble. So yeah, bye. No, that is totally not what he's doing. I mean, it worked out, but to rip him out. You open it. Oh boy, magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all? Yep, I'm gonna tell you. This young man got himself in trouble. Typical shonen, typical dumbass shonen guy. That's one hell of a that's one hell of a fashion trend you got there with that staff. Good thing you didn't call yourself Shio. So like Sebas would just teleport here like being sent in there, just kick your ass. Hmm. Hmm. This dude is really trying to. So game experience, game simulation experience. Did he just? Oh, ball. Oh hell! What? Oh, there's no fucking way. Yeah, you gotta can't waste time here. I like how he just kind of thought quickly about that, but Ishtar. Well, so this is what a retired Ishtar looks like. Well, certainly not the Ishtar I remember from Fei-Geo. Okay, Roger. Oh yes. Ouch. Is that your usual sort of torture shame device? Figured you have some protection skills. Oh, okay. So what is this then? Uh, okay. Wow, yeah, way to tell us how you made him. This is his little laboratory guy right there. He's been testing on that for quite a while. Wait, as cliche as that, you mean? All the precautionaries. Uh, well, let's see how this goes. It's glowing blue, so it's like red hot. Yo! So yeah, he took every single precaution. So he clearly considered all the possibilities when facing an enemy like that. Overly I mean, yeah, I guess there's no such thing as being too cautious. When it comes down to it. Oh, typical clash of fists and what is this? Like, what was that one? from you, basically. Yes, he all has that plus spares. No, Richarte, your body constantly sheds hair all the time. Can't move. And that's the end of that, huh? A major cle. Oh no, guys, get out of here, please. Oh, go ahead, go ahead. We go. I'm gonna be exiting out this out the extra hallway. The cutaway. Okay, yeah. So they're using that ending again. So yeah, they're basically using that ending again. I'd rather them not use it. Like this is the only this is the only real thing I just don't like about the series. This added ending. They should just stick with the credits. Like for all I care. Not the worst thing in the world, but when you keep seeing this every like um every episode from now on, and the fact that it depends on your tolerance of CG too. I don't have a really good tolerance of that. Well, the jankier ones, like the smoother ones, is fine. The other ones, I don't know. I cannot say that. Like this makes me appreciate the CG from Yu-Gi-Oh, the Yu-Gi-Oh series more, and the ones from Orange as well. Although it's nothing compared to the jank to the stupid thing you see in Berserk and Overlord, and maybe to some points. Well, okay, Villain Saga does have some janky CG as well, but it's over. I can overlook that. But the janky CGI is the reason why I didn't give that show 10 out of 10. It's just 9 out of 10. So I really like. I'm honest. The only thing I'm disappointed with is, well, besides the whole besides the whole unneeded 3D dance we did, like this is why I can get why people would tend to skip outros and then, well, like end openings and endings, because maybe it's not just because of spoilers, it's something else. But this show though, uh I don't know what to discuss. uh so this guy goes around and does synthesis using the goddess's hair, because it's a divine, because it's part of a divine, because she has divinity, and even her hair, so her hair is counts as it, and so that's how he was able to synthesize it. Now it depends on how long Richard may have been may have been was using that room, or if he was collecting them all this time wherever she goes around, because our body is shedding hair like at least daily, like, well, even in little strands and whatnot. And it really depends. And we actually shed a lot more, skin cells, like dead skin cells. Honestly, like if I'm doing this right now, like if we had this little some scan where it scans all this, I'd be really, I would look chalky right now, because because there will be all this, dead skin just flaking off. but it's so microscopic you don't really see it. So so he was able to get that and use synthesis and get all the fucking rings plus spares. This man, well, considering his synthesis skills, probably because of how high level he is, he was able to get there. I mean, yes, it all came too conveniently for it, but I think that's part of the gag for it, because this is because yes, we get it, he's overpowered, but he's overly cautious too. Like, he will literally, like, it's not just he just casually kills people. He just wobs on them, whether they weak or strong, doesn't matter. If he knows he can beat them, or if he thinks he can. If he thinks it's worth the risk to, well, the first time around he did flee because he does know he's a bit underleveled, but I mean, like, and I can get it. I mean, his overly cautiousness is pretty justified depending on what it is. Like, considering that that overcautiousness actually helped here, and well, whether or not the villain was that villain, whoever's name, I don't even bother remembering it. It's going to be it's going to be really he's going to figure it out later on, because this is the man he is. The gags just hit where they need to hit, and that's pretty good so far. Now, it can feel like it just lulls a bit when in terms of the action, but because there's a lot of dialogue kind of going on. But I mean, that's also, and that is a bugaboo. It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot to get action fight wise. But I mean, that's the gag of it, because especially if you want, like, that's not the point of the show. Is to show a lot of action. Is to just show the gags, like the whole parody with the whole fantasy isekai. Well, it's not necessarily a parody. It's kind of like, kind of Konosuba like, but it just has a different way. I still like the dynamics between Seiya and Richarte. Like, the fact that their personalities, their dynamics really just bounce. They really just bounce off one another. Because Richarte is just trying to, like, he's gonna do this, he's such a great guy, and Seiya's just be like, he's like, yo, we gotta get going. Like, yo, we guys gotta get going, right? And he's just straight up, just blunt, savage, just not even trying to show compassion or anything. He'll just be like, oh, you did good, or something. So there's not really a whole much I can really take away from this. Well, I will say that this Mash boy was a dumbass. I mean, he tried to do something by himself. I don't know why he decided to just go by himself, or to face, like, if he's not going to face the 10,000, he went over to try to face that Demon King, and it didn't work. Like, I don't know why this man wants to prove himself like that, knowing that he could get killed. This would usually be in most game adaptations. This is like that Mash dude is like, he's gutsy, but that was like really naive. And like, if it wasn't for Seiya's being able to, his sort of personnel. I mean, the fact that he has a sword that can cut through time and space, the photons, the fucking dimension blade, not a photon sword, dimension blade. And he was able to save Mash, was able to defeat that thing. Like, literally, like, he also even trained for if his sword isn't, for against enemies that from where weapons are, physical weapons aren't effective against it, where he just uses his fist or his magic or whatnot. So that thing was supposed to be invulnerable, weapons and most magic types. I'm thinking when it came to the physical parts, to where he was able to infuse his fire into ice, because apparently he cannot change his attribute of the attributes of his attacks. Like, he cannot just change them permanently. He has to kind of infuse it in a way with some sort of ring, which kind of makes sense. I'm not so sure what kind of games do that. I would have to say there may be some, but I really don't know. Maybe because I frankly don't know if any familiar shows, like, I know about like Dungeons and Dragons and all, and some like Dragon Quest whatever, like some of those, but I don't know specifics, like do they have those sort of ring items that infuse a different kind of magic, like from your usual ones, like say you're mainly an earth attribute, but you're able to equip an item that lets you attack with wind, or fire, water, or dark, or whatever. I'm pretty sure that is a thing. I'm just not so sure how common it is. But yeah. So basically, the only real bugaboos here is that they kept that janky 3D ending, and the fact that they've also that the fight scenes don't have much value by themselves, because they're not really much fights. They're just kind of like just part of the gags that come with it. And normally I would criticize those, but because the comedy is what it is, and I really think it does well. Even though this guy here might not agree, a guy like this guy here might not agree to it. I really think that it really depends on how well the gags hit. If they miss, they missed. If they hit, they hit. And I really think it's hitting so far. The thing is, like, when it gets to the last stretch, like, like I've stated before, will the comedy start to tire itself out? Is the question. That's something to kind of really consider. But so far, so good. I don't really have much complaints here. So that'll do it for this reaction. So smash the like button if you enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're interested in getting notifications and updates on new uploaded content and videos on this channel, just sub and hit the bell icon below. Also check out links to the description of this video, links to my other social media platforms, which include my Discord server, my Patreon page, and my Twitter profile. You can also check out the other channels on YouTube that I support. You can also try to support me on PayPal until my monetization comes when I get 1,000K back, and some certain amount of views back, which shouldn't be which is doable, but will I be able to do it by the end of the year? I do not know. I would hope so, but on that, that'll do it for this edition of Anime Reaction. So until then, guys, we'll see you next time.